Good evening. Thank you for making time for us here at KUTV Weekend Live. We are 12 days into the 4th month of the year 2025, and our reporters have been busy as usual doing what they're best at, which is gathering and packaging news stories to get you informed. And Weekend Live starts right now.
This is Weekend Live with Ochieng, Cynthia.
And remember that this broadcast is live across all our social media platforms. You can get us on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, on X. It's KUTV_Kenya. My name is Ochieng, Cynthia. Let's get started. Now, a family in South Nyando, Kisumu County is pleading with the government for help to ensure they are allowed to exhume the body of their late kin that is buried at a church compound without their consent. According to the family, they are yet to fully understand the circumstance and death of their kin, which was buried in a church compound, which I have said. Makona has the report in details.
Disarray thronged Opapo village in Rongo constituency following the controversial burial of a General Service Unit officer within the compound of Melchior St. Joseph Missions of Messiah Church. Drama unfolded as enraged family members stormed the church compound in an attempt to exhume the body. Dressed in colors that seemingly hinted of their boldness, members of the church, mostly women, defended their compound valiantly against the locals in an exchange of stones after the walls of the church were breached, escalating to violence.
Tukuja hapa tumesana kijana moja tu hapa mwanamume wote ni wanawake na wanaangalia vile wamenona. Sisi kama wamama ambaye alibeba huyo mtoto tumekonda.
Nataka serikali tusaidie kutoa mwili. Kuja hapa kusaidia kutoa mwili.
The officer who died under unclear circumstance on 27th of March while on transit to the church with his wife was buried the very next day on 28th March, raising eyebrows among family members and the local residents who lay siege on the church compound.
Discussed with them and given them the best way forward to follow in getting an order which can allow us also to give them security to exhume the body. As it stands now, it's not possible for us as an office to allow them to go and exhume the body without following the legal procedures.
The wider family accuses the wife of the deceased of unilaterally obtaining a burial permit and laying him to rest according to the doctrines of the controversial church without involving the wider family.
Some investigation that we are doing as an office to know whether the church that is operating at Opapo, whether it's legally registered or not.
Kisumu Assistant County Commissioner George Matundura says the family must follow due legal process before any exhumation can take place.
I want to request, there are a lot of rumors going around that there are several people who have been buried in that church. We are not aware of that information, and anybody with the information that there are a lot of people who have been buried in that church should bring that information for investigation. What we are aware of is that only the founder member of that church is the one who was buried there, plus the officer who was buried there. And that is what we are handling at the moment.
Matundura also confirmed that investigations are ongoing to establish the legal status of the church, although he dismissed claims that multiple burials had taken place on the church grounds. As of now, the GSU officer's body remains buried at the controversial church compound as the wider family demands justice for their kin. Blue Smile Hassan, KUTV.
Quite unusual. Now, Minority Leader in the National Assembly, Honorable Junet Mohammed, has called for immediate reforms within the Teacher Service Commission, TSC, highlighting that there is widespread frustration among Kenyan teachers. This he said during a fund drive to support the construction of Kenya National Union of Teachers branch office in Migori. Junet further criticized the TSC for its leadership, citing concerns over stalled teachers promotion and a lack of new teachers recruitment. He emphasized that the current situation has left many teachers demoralized and neglected, consequently announcing his intention to table the matter before the National Assembly when it resumes on Tuesday next week, with the aim of initiating debate and action on reforms within the Commission.
We must come together as Parliament and as NAT. Lazima tufanye reforms katika Teacher Service Commission. Commission ilitengenezwa katika katiba mpya ili isaidie walimu, sio kugandamiza walimu na kunyanyasa walimu. Wanafanya promotion na hakuna mtu anajua. 20,000 teachers wako wapi? Labda yamefanya huko kwao nyumbani. Nataka kutana TSC kwa bunge ndigi. Ndani ya bunge wewe kwenda tufungue Tuesday. We must discuss the reforms of TSC in Parliament. We must discuss.
And political leaders in Narok, allied to President William Ruto, have come out strongly to dismiss the so-called one-term narrative, insisting that the president should only be judged after his 5-year term. Governor Patrick Ntutu and Emurua Dikir MP John Ngeno, speaking at a Thanksgiving ceremony in Ochieng, are confident that the Kenya Kwanza administration will serve its full 10-year term. Celebrations filled the air at Ochieng as Narok leaders gathered for Thanksgiving ceremony, led by Masai Mara Chief Park Warden Stephen Mini. Among those in attendance were Governor Patrick Ntutu and Emurua Dikir MP John Ngeno, both of whom took the opportunity to address the political climate in Narok.
Siasa nyingine yoyote, siasa tunataka kuona ni siasa ya maendeleo. Kama kuna mtu ambaye anataka mambo yake aongoje miaka ya 2027 alafu akuje apige siasa yake. Ndio akiingia university unapima kiwa second year matadia. Unangojea mtoto mpaka amalize form 4 afanye mtihani itoke ijulikane kama amepita hajapita. Kwa hivyo basi kuwezi fanyisha mtihani sahi. Atio Ntutu amefanya nini? Ni mwaka mbili.
The leaders also discussed the upcoming visit of President William Ruto to Narok on the 29th and 30th of this month. The visit is seen as a key moment for the county to benefit from national development projects.
Anazuru sub-county zote sita ya kaunti ya Narok, na wananchi wa Narok wako na furaha sana kuhakikisha ya kwamba wamekaribisha rais kwa mkono zote mbili. Ati wanta. Hiyo wanta hiyo kitu wanta hiyo. Itakuja kula watu wengine. Sio Rais William Ruto, sio Patrick Ntutu. Lazima Patrick amalize yake 10, rais naye pia amalize yake ngapi?
The Narok leaders issued a strong warning to opposition members in the region, urging them to put aside any theatrics during the president's visit, focusing instead on development.
Ukishafanya kazi, hiyo kazi nyingine ya siasa waachia wenyewe. Sisi mimi sio pastor.
Narok residents are also hoping that the upcoming presidential visit will open doors for more development, with calls to revive key infrastructure projects in the county.
Kama wananchi ambao tuko wengine tuna viti tunawania, lakini tunaomba wakati wa siasa hujafika. Sisi tunataka maendeleo.
As President Ruto's visit to Narok draws nearer, the county is bracing for much anticipated moment to strengthen ties with national government and ensure its share of development, with the local leaders urging political figures to focus on development and postpone political ambitions until the right time, particularly as the 2027 elections still far off. Now, moving on, the government's Social Health Authority, SHA, continues to face significant challenges in its rollout, with residents of Makongeni village in Thika, Kiambu County raising urgent concerns. Despite months of operation, patients are frustrated by system failure, unexpected additional cost, and limited coverage. Locals say the scheme, which was introduced to ensure universal access to quality healthcare, is yet to deliver the promised benefits. As tension arises, they are calling on the government to urgently address those issues to improve healthcare access for all Kenyans.
Sisi mtu wa pale chini ako na shida sana. Juu anaenda hospitali, ukifika hospitali unaambiwa hakuna SHA haifanyi kazi. So ni vizuri serikali ikitushughulikia, tutafurahi sana. Ati ukienda hospitali hiyo SHA itakuwa ikikusaidia. Tutakuwa tumefurahi sana.
Linafanya wananchi wakawa na hamu ya kupata matibabu. Kwanza kabisa ni kwa ajili ya vile ambavyo uchumi wa nchi yetu umeweza kuzorota. Pili, unapata kwamba hatuna madawa ya kutosha au madawa ya kutosha katika hospitali zetu. Na jambo la tatu pia unapata ya kwamba wananchi hawana masaa ya kuenda hospitalini. Manake akitoka kazini kwake kidogo atapata ya kwamba kama anapata shilingi 200 kwa siku, akitoka masaa mawili kwenda kupanga foleni kule hospitalini atakosa nafasi ya kupata riziki yake ya kila siku.
Sasa tunataka kuambia serikali iangalie hiyo kadi zetu ya SHA kwa sababu haifanyi kazi. Waangalie hapo sana kwa sababu tuko na mashinda nyumbani, tunakaa na ugonjwa nyumbani, hatuna usaidizi. Sasa hiyo maneno imekuwa baya sana.
Kenya has reaffirmed its support for the Africa-led institutions in driving peace and stability across the continent. Speaking at Atlantia Diplomacy Forum in Turkey, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi emphasized the need for stable, homegrown approaches to conflict resolution. This comes as Kenya continues to play a key role in peace processes across Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Nairobi is also being positioned as a regional humanitarian and logistics hub for the global South. Even so, Mudavadi dismissed claims of Kenya supporting divisive efforts in Sudan, underscoring the country's commitment to neutrality and inclusive dialogue. He stressed the importance of coordinated regional efforts, particularly through the AU and IGAD, to achieve long-lasting peace in Africa.
We need to really strengthen African institutions and African mechanisms for intervention. It's absolutely important, whether it is IGAD, whether it is the African Union, whether it is entities in Western Africa and other parts of the continent or Northern Africa. We need to strengthen and work with institutions that have been created by the member states on the African continent, whether it in terms of resourcing and so forth. This will help to avoid forum shopping, to avoid competing interests, and then we can have more unified approaches.
Moving on, at the burial of Raila Odinga's longtime security aide, George Oduor, at Ramba High School in Siaya County, President William Ruto and ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna exchanged sharp words, Sifuna urging Ruto to dismiss underperforming officials who he claimed embarrassed the government. He specifically reaffirmed the recent controversy over the Butere Girls High School play Echoes of War, alleging state interference led to the play's exclusion from the Kenya National Drama and Film Festivals. President Ruto, who spoke after Sifuna, maintained a composed tone, though he exchanged potentially highlighted on ongoing political tension between the government and opposition leaders. And at that point, Weekend Live is taking its first commercial break. Stay tuned.
repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Ochieng James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
they find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
inclusive setups
by providing the right facilities.
You are watching Weekend Live with Ochieng Cynthia.
Welcome back. Now, once synonymous with insecurity and frequent Al-Shabaab attacks, Holuho, a small border town in Garissa County, has undergone a quiet but remarkable transformation thanks to a cross-border peace initiative known as Deris Wanang, meaning a good neighborliness in Somali. Residents are finally breathing easier.
Bordering the Boni Forest and just 17 kilometers from the Kenya-Somali border, Holugo, a town once plagued by insecurity in Garissa County, change is sweeping across the border. For years, Holugo bore the brunt of militant insurgents. Armed attackers would strike and vanish across the borders, aided by a deep mistrust between locals and security agencies. Information sharing was virtually non-existent. However, thanks to the Deris Wanag program, meaning good neighborliness, peace and stability are taking root.
Specifically, we managed to strengthen that relationship between security and community. As you know, previously there was a mistrust and also a lack of interaction or information sharing among the communities and security operators along the border. Through the Deris Wanag, we managed to strengthen that coordination and also interaction among the security and communities.
Run by a non-governmental organization, the initiative builds trust between Kenyan and Somali communities along the Holugo Could Be Your border.
It has a very good impact to the community, both sides. It has led a lot of relationship between the two communities, between the community and the security of that side, between this side, the security and the community members, the youth and the security officers, the women and the security officers. It has brought a lot of development.
It bears a promise of peace shared across borders, reviving cross-border trade once crippled by insecurity. Locals can now travel to Kolbio for services and business and activities.
Before, there was an issue of extrajudicial killing, enforced disappearance, and also more of brutalities. But since this project came in, it has resulted collaborations and efforts in collaborations that enhances the community and security to come in and to discuss the issue. It has bring a dialogue, a numerous dialogue where the community and the security has came in and discussed their concerns.
Perhaps to give a perspective of the gradual change, at least 11 soldiers from the Somali National Army surrendered to Kenya at the Holugo border in late January 2025. And this was from reports from the locals that facilitated the Kenyan Defense Forces that would secure the defectors.
wanajua they have their responsibility in the side of security, and wazee pia wanajua, wamama pia wenye walikuwa wanafikiria kazi yao ni ya jikoni pekee, sasa hivi wanajua they have their responsibility, pia wako na responsibility yao in the side of security.
Now that the Resuna came with a cross-border issues, we are very happy because we have a lot of engagement. We have met several times with both sides in terms of the security officers and in terms of the community members, the peace committees, the women, the youth, and everybody who is concerned to social issues.
The initiative further goes beyond security patrols, further focusing on empowering locals, particularly youth and women, to participate in peace building. From community dialogues to training sessions, residents are now more aware of their rights and more confident in engaging with authorities.
Everyone now is educated, they know how to protect their rights.
Yvonne Kimuma, KUTV.
And Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has warned traders and exporters of miraa against flaunting the price set by the ministry in both local and foreign markets. Kagwe emphasized that the pricing guidelines introduced by his ministry are aimed at protecting miraa farmers. This follows reports of price violations despite prior agreements made with stakeholders in the miraa farming sector.
Hatuwezi kubali wewe uuze kilo ya miraa huko Somalia at 7,000 shillings. Alafu mpatie mkulima hapa Meru 200 shillings. Pay the farmer what we have asked you to pay him. Na ile mimi nilitangaza, sikutangaza ati ni bei ya juu, ni kusikiza. Na kama unasema ni dege ambayo bei ya mafuta ya dege iko hai, washana na hiyo dege, tutapeleka na roli. Washana na hiyo dege basi. Afa ilisema bei ni 100. Haikusema that is the price. Ilisema that's a minimum price. Tukijipanga, we will never discuss the minimum price.
We are up for the second break, but stay tuned for more is next.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ngari-ngari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
more than just clothes. It's a statement, a feeling. An art form, a way to express yourself, a reflection of who you are. It's Fashion Diaries. Join me, Ashley Asachi, every Monday from 8 p.m. as we bring you Kenya's latest trends. Imagine fashion designers, glamorous fashion events, runway shows, red carpet events, and so much more. Fashion Diaries, unleashing your inner fashionista.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Ochieng James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Naam, ungana nami Malkia wa Taarab katika mitindo ya kipwani hapa KUTV. Yaani tunapozungumzia mitindo ya kipwani basi unaona napigwa na mawimbi makali sana ya baharini kutoka katika ufuo wa hoteli moja inayofahamika kama North Coast Beach Hotel, ambao ndio wadhamini wa kipindi hiki cha mitindo ya kipwani. Penye mtazamaji, kwenye mitindo ya kipwani hutakosa kupata mapishi ya vyakula vya kipwani. Yaani hapa tunazungumzia vyakula vilivyokolezwa na kukorombezwa. Iliki, karafuu, abdalasini, samaki wa baharini, vyakula vilivyopikwa na kusukwa kwa kutumia nazi. Bila kusahau mazungumzo ya moja kwa moja, mazungumzo ya kusisimua na wataalam tofauti, waandishi wa vitabu waliobobea, watunzi wa kuhani mashairi. Bila kusahau mpenzi mtazamaji, taratibu zetu za taarabu na chakacha. Yaani pale ni pale ambapo viuno vya wanawake vinazungushwa kisawasawa kama panga boy za trekta ndani ya KUTV mitindo ya kipwani. Ukiwa nami na hodha wako Waridi Tamu. Usiyakose matamu jamani.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
You are watching Weekend Live with Ochieng, Cynthia.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. Some of Johannesburg's informal waste reclaimers got an upgrade recently. Collaboration turned a sprawling camp into an award-winning data-driven solar-powered sorting and baling hub. As Maryse de Klerk reports, income are up and neighbors are happier.
Peter Boy is one of 8 resident waste reclaimers at the Urban Surfer Recycling and Solar Baling Hub in Johannesburg, South Africa, collecting and selling recyclable waste for an income.
I come recycling because my job was finished. It's better to do something, not to go and steal somewhere.
Before the hub went live in April, the reclaimers lived and sorted at an informal open-air camp near the Hollard Insurance headquarters. The socially and sustainably conscious insurer contracted Urban Surfer, an informal recycling consultancy, to formalize and manage the camp as a pilot project with the permission of the reclaimers and other neighbors.
Some supplying water to the reclaimers, some supplying seeds to plant. Now, with it being completely enclosed, with them having sleeping quarters and the relevant equipment, it actually contributes really nicely into the neighborhood.
Residents also have access to Wi-Fi and solar power, and they've even started a garden. The camp doubles as a sorting, processing and storage facility. The reclaimers are issued trolleys and personal protective equipment. Urban Surfer assists with training and collects data on the little-studied world of informal waste reclaimers. Since the project's start, the reclaimers baled and sold more than 70 tons of recyclable litter for combined earnings of about $12,500, almost tripling their individual average incomes.
I can send my family money, I can phone them, I can buy me clothes, I can buy me food, I can go home with that little money I have.
The guys are more presentable, so they are collecting in areas with large volumes of waste like shopping centers, business parks, offices, and now they're not only just collecting and selling, but they are collecting and baling their waste.
Reclaiming and selling waste to survive is common amongst the extremely poor and marginalized, especially in the developing world. Research shows South Africa's estimated 200,000 informal recyclers divert most of the recyclables from the country's nearly full landfill sites, saving municipalities millions annually. Informal waste management systems.
Now, the theatre that is Kenyan politics is a sure way to get tear-gassed, literally. Our weekly dose of the By the Way is up next on the state of confusion, where promises are made, facts lost, and satire witness itself. Enjoy the week the daily dose of the echoes of war, and may your taxes find their way home.
Hatujaingia kwa harusi hii na serikali ili kusaliti wa Kenya.
Good evening, Kenyans and Kenyans in law.
Malala in particular is not a teacher.
Nimeona mambo ya ajabu, rare instances. Nimeona mambo sijaiona kwa maisha yangu.
Tonight, we bring a tale hotter than your neighbor's stolen Wi-Fi.
Mr. President, to sit and watch the drama and enjoy.
Na watu walikuwa wametuwekea mitego mingi. Kwanza mimi.
Yes, a burning matter. And it was, by the way.
Wacha nione kwa mkono wale wanasema nisaidie.
It got so hot, the honorable member could not help but testify.
Hali ya kanisa katika eneo la Teso kiuchumi iko chini. Sana. Kanisa zingine ziko katika hali ambayo ni mbaya sana.
Yes, on the record, off the script and halfway through a lunch break.
Wanasema huyu Ruto ni mjanja. Mimi nawaambia mimi si mjanja. Ni neema ya Mungu na kwa sababu namwamini Mungu.
What is the issue?
Heshima si utumwa.
Lakini isifike pahali heshima izidi sana. Watu fulani wafikirie kuna watu wako na uoga upande mwingine. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri sana hiyo heshima.
Ya mwisho, Mheshimiwa Rais, Bishop ametuambia hapa kwamba kazi yako ni ngumu sana. Na mimi nakubaliana naye, hata mimi saa nyingine huwa najiuliza vile wewe unalala.
Someone will tell you it comes with the package.
Excellency, we are praying for you.
Hata nikiongea hapa miezi 2, kila asubuhi nakuja hapa kuongea. Kuna matamshi itajenga hii barabara. Na hakuna itajenga hii shule.
0, tumshangilie. Meanwhile, the promise was made. Yes, right before tea break.
Mimi nitawaheshimu, nitawafanyia kazi mpaka mshangae.
And not just one promise. Oh no, there were confessions on the other side coming in quick.
Bwana, kila uchawi ya kudanganya makanisa na kuwapumbaza tumetubu. Tunaomba hii Kenya Bwana ipate injili ya ukweli.
Faster than a members of parliament PDM request.
Sijaokoka sana mimi, si mzee huko nyuma na siwa hapa mbele, ni hapa katikati. Mimi nasikia mtu hata akikosea, kila mtu anataka kutoroka, akimbilia mahali ya kukimbilia, anakimbilia kanisani. Sasa ukikimbilia kanisani unaweka pingu.
But
wanasiasa watu wengi wanaingianga kanisani, wanaenda kwa madhabahu na waanza kusema matusi na kutukanana na kuleta vita ndani ya kanisa.
Maneno ya aibu.
Shetani ashindwe ama asishindwe.
Mimi naomba msamaha kwa niaba yao, mambo kama hayo haitarudia tena.
And it's a big one. There were donations.
Ukienda kanisani unawachia hiyo kanisa tabu.
Tutaunga mkono mambo ya siasa kanisani, lakini tunaunga mkono ya kwamba tusaidiwe ili tuinuane.
Yes, donations, but not just any donations. They were picky.
Tuliwahubiria injili ya kanisa, lakini ilikuwa ni injili ya false prophet, fake gospel, counterfeit. Tumekuja bishop na canon kutubu, kusema ya kwamba tulitumia jina la Yesu vibaya.
Unajua huko mmoja wao anaweza kuwa ni mogoroki, si ndio? Anaweza amua tu afanye kitu vibaya.
Sema kuna kikundi ambao wanaenda kanisani Jumapili ili kwamba wapunguziwe dhambi, wapate nafasi ya kuongezea dhambi za wiki inayofuata.
What a shame.
Papa wa Roma, we may need some counsel.
Kwa alikuwa ametangaza Papa wa Roma anakuja. Sasa mnaona anakuja peke yake.
Word on the Vatican grapevine is that your guys are misbehaving.
Mimi sio pastor, mimi sio bishop, mimi sio principal ya shule, mimi ni mwanasiasa.
Again.
When elephants fight, nyasi ndio huumia. Lakini Ali Mazuris added that when elephants make love, the grass suffers even more. So mjichunge.
Ah yes, Steve once sang a song for a season like this.
Munasema tuendelee na kazi ama munataka tuletewe fitina?
Harun.
However, at the spur of the moment, what was to be a normal conversation turned ugly.
By the way,
Drama, of course, is full of satire, and satire is allowed just to look at how the society is operating.
Yes, thank you, Manuel Kutosi, for that good story. Now, on to sports. The Junior NBA M-Pesa National Finals came to a spirited conclusion on Friday, the 11th of April 2025 at Aga Khan Academy, Mombasa, as top youth basketball talent from across Kenya delivered a thrilling showcase of skill, teamwork, and sportsmanship. St. John's Korogosho and Olympic Junior School, both from Nairobi, were crowned national champions in the boys and girls categories, respectively, keeping a competitive journey that began with regional qualifiers in February.
The feeling is great. I lack words to explain how you feel, but of course we put in the work. It has taken sweat, hours. We've burned oil for this. We've been waiting for this moment, and yeah, we did it. We are the champions. Of course, the stakes were high. The pressure was on us because we already said we are winning the national championships. But yeah, we went back to a drawing board. We said one down, one more to go. So we just went back to a normal routine, consistency, put in the work, run our motions, play our defense, and it has paid off eventually. Yeah.
The future is to use this victory to inspire everyone who plays basketball in Kibra, coming from humble beginnings, to believe that they can actually do it. It's not for only the few, but just for those who work hard and persevere through all the challenges. We want to show them that it's possible, even from humble beginnings. It's not only for those who can afford nice shoes or basketballs. Even without those, you can just push with the little you have.
We do appreciate your company for the 30 or so minutes that you had spared for us. On behalf of my producer and director, I say thank you so much and do have a lively night.